Literature.
Pages.
Authors.
Reading things. The Book of Dad and Sybil.
Hello, I'm Sybil.
And I'm Dad. Due to the busy time of year for me, really, as a teacher, with I've got a coursework deadline and lots of portfolios to mark, nothing interesting. And the fact that we're sort of reading payback to each other, which is a bit different to how we've been doing the reading before, so it naturally takes a bit longer. We've taken a week away from payback in order to complete it, and we're treading some familiar ground. We're going back to the Brothers Grimm as per Sybil's request.
I mean, this is what we said we were going to do at the start.
In what sense?
We said we were going to do 2 short stories and then a long story.
We did, but I think we also said that we were definitely going to remember to rate everything. We've said a lot of things, but we're sort of eking out what the best way to do this is, I think. And we've still not quite figured it out yet on, I think, full episode 17, I believe.
17?
Yes, we're nearly rounding out to 20.
Yeah, so Dad picked and decided to go with The Frog Prince, Iron Heinrich.
Yeah, so that's the actual title in the Grimm sort of set of stories. The Frog Prince or Iron Heinrich.
Why?
Well, we're going to find out. But I would say that the or in that is doing quite a lot of heavy lifting, because when you do meet... Well, I've got thoughts about Iron Heinrich, basically.
What is it?
I've got some thoughts. I'm going to tell you when we get to that.
Okay.
So the king has a few daughters, and they were all described as handsome, but one was so beautiful that the sun always shone on her, which actually sounds like a gigantic pain.
Like, how much sunscreen do you have to buy?
Going through so much sunscreen, or like you've got... I mean, she's a princess, so I suppose you can afford to have a servant always following her with a big, like, parasol umbrella.
Yeah, but is that really necessary?
Yeah, and I suppose maybe this is to get away from that, but there's a big dark wood near the castle, and there's a well in that dark wood, and she likes to go there, and she would, when the time was long, as the story says, would throw a golden ball up and down in the air to pass the time. Even for the olden days, that sounds a bit boring. You're the princess. You can go to your dad and go, "Excuse me, Dad, could I have a book, please? Could I have a book to read?
Or a game set? I don't know.
Can I have
what do people do for fun then?
I don't know. You could play a board game like, Father, mayst I have some chess, or Father, mayst I have ink and quills? Would that I would write a story?
Or draw?
Yes, Father, would that I would paint yon horse in the field?
Yon horse.
Yeah, as in like that horse over there. Like, do you know when you say like over yonder, like over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so one day she dropped the ball down the well. I didn't even know how, because in the story, she said she threw it where she usually would, but, like, it went to the well, and it dropped in the well.
Yeah, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some magic at play.
Like wind, very strong wind.
Yeah.
And it turns out to be impossibly deep. I mean, like, what wells can you see the bottom of? I don't think I've been to a well where I can see the bottom of it.
I think like some ones that have been filled in maybe, but no, I think they're generally quite deep. That's kind of the point.
Yeah, she cries because that's literally her only source of entertainment.
Pretty sad.
I mean, like, you probably have like a jester or something.
Yeah, that's it. Forsooth, fair jester, tell me a tale. I would listen to you tell me literally any story, so I don't have to throw this gold ball up and down in the air. I'm so bored.
Would they use board in the olden days though? Would board be
I don't know. I will find out at some point where the word board came from.
Yeah. So a frog asks her if she's okay, and like she calls him an old waddler. That's from the story.
Yeah. We're not sure if that's a nickname or if she's just being really rude.
Or maybe she's being really nice.
Old waddler. So I don't know if you turned around to me, because you're on a bit of a thing at the moment of calling me old at every opportunity.
No, I'm not.
You 100% are.
I only said it for like 3 times.
I think on Monday you made multiple references to the fact that I was born.
3.
I think that's being quite generous to yourself
4,
and the rest.
5. 6,
So what does the frog say?
Yeah, so he says that he can help her get the ball back, but asks what he will get in return. It's just being kind. Out of the goodness of your heart, will you please get the ball back?
Yeah, but the frog's quite transactional, but we're going to find out why the frog's quite
First of all, you might be questioning, how's the frog speaking? How does the frog, acknowledge what I'm saying?
But she doesn't question that. So maybe Old Waddler is a nickname and she talks to this frog regularly.
Yeah, maybe. Wait, she talks to a frog?
Well, yeah.
That's just sad. So she's a princess and she doesn't have any other friends.
Maybe her sisters dislike her because she won't stop going on about the gold ball. She's like, hey guys, do you want to come catch my gold ball with me? Oh, Christ's sake, Christina. Put the gold ball down. Go horse riding or something. No, come play catch with my gold ball. Christina, we've had enough. Don't talk to me again.
You mean she does seem like the annoying one?
Yeah.
All of them.
She doesn't come off well in this story, I don't think.
And he asks her if she will take him with her, and she says yes, but secretly thinks no, because when he gets the ball back, she runs off. I'm why would you take a frog home?
I don't know, but because you promised to, because you were like, oh yeah, get my ball back and you can be my companion, because that's what the frog wants.
Yeah, why though?
But in her head, she's like, oh, well, surely you can't do anything other than just hop by the river, so I'm going to run. Next day at tea, the frog comes knocking at the castle door, and the princess goes to the door and initially says no. She closes the door straight away. But the king goes, well, actually, you made a promise, so you need to actually stick to that. She's not a fan of letting the frog sit with her and eat her food, and she gets pretty annoyed when the frog wants to sleep in her bed. She then gets angry and throws the frog against the wall. Then he turns into a prince. So I suppose by killing the frog body, by throwing it hard against a wall, that's what turns him back into...
goodness of your heart,
so
changed him back.
Yes, not through petulant child rage.
Mm-hmm. And also, in a lot of stories, it's used like true love's kiss or something.
Yeah, it's you kiss the frog.
Or kindness or friendship.
Yeah, no, here's anger, because it's Grimm's. But the very next morning, they get the king's consent and they get married, which is so intensely weird. Because, if there's magic that the frog has turned into a prince, how do you know that it's not just a frog pretending to be a prince? Also, if this princess she's content to just play with the golden ball, is she old enough to get married? I feel like we're in that territory again.
Yeah, I don't know. There's lots of
There's don't get me wrong. There's lots of examples.
Yeah,
lots of examples of those. It doesn't make it any less grim.
It's weird.
But not grim with one M this time. Not grim with 2.
Just 1. Now we meet Iron Heinrich. Or Henry.
Yeah, Heinrich would be the German version of Henry.
I'm definitely calling him just Henry. The servant of the prince. Henry was so sad when his master turned into a frog that he had to wear 3 iron bands around his heart to stop it breaking apart. How nice is this master?
He must be great. Or I think there's a subtext here that maybe Henry is in love with the prince. Because otherwise, the story comes off as he was so loyal to his master that his heart broke. But it feels like the sort of actions of a lover to me.
Yeah. Even I wouldn't be... I know, your heart could break. You broke my heart. Or something, but it isn't literal. It's...
No, unless you're in a fairy story.
Figurative. Yeah. And he's now arrived to take the prince and princess back to the prince's kingdom. And he's super happy that his master isn't a frog because he's a prince now. Mm-hmm. No one tells him that his master almost died because the princess threw him against the wall.
Yeah, I feel like there but for the grace of God. Because the princess really didn't think she was turning him back into a prince. She thought she was killing an annoying frog. And then she's like, oh, I knew all along, get married, yay.
Yay.
So while they're out travelling, they hear a noise and they think that the carriage is broken, but he sings a little song, which I've not actually written in the notes here, but it's just the bands around Heinrich's heart breaking because his heart's all fixed and better now.
Yay.
The Princess and the Frog, you recognised the title when I told you that.
Yes.
But you hadn't heard the or Iron Heinrich bit because it's sort of pointless. It does nothing for the rest of the story. You could have the prince and princess getting married and then the story finishes. But for some reason in the Grimm version...
No, and then they go to a swamp. They get married in a swamp.
So
and then there's a no, they're not becoming Shrek. They're becoming what they were meant to be this whole time. And there's this crocodile who can play jazz.
Oh, the princess and
the old lady and the dragonflies.
And there's like a voodoo guy. I've not seen this Disney film, I don't think.
I've seen it. It's quite good. You should watch it.
Sybil is referencing The Princess and the Frog.
Tiana. The song from Tiana is really good.
Fair enough. So it's pretty undeniable that Iron Heinrich, even though it was the Iron Heinrich bit that made me pick this story, is entirely pointless to the plot. So, hey, there's a lovely bit of grim weirdness. This is Editing Dad from the Future with our ratings. Sybil gave it 4, I gave it 4.5 for weirdness. So next week, next week could go one of two ways. We'll either have finished Payback and we will do our story. We'll do our episode on that, or we'll do another short story while we spend another week finishing it. But if we can get Payback finished this week, then that will free us up to do a couple of Christmassy themed ones in the lead up to Christmas, and we'll let you know what our release schedule is going to be like around Christmas. We'll probably bank a couple to do over the Christmas holidays, well, hey, I guess you're going to find out, aren't you? So we will see you next time.
Bye. Literature.